Hey, America, we got a great one for you tonight. Very touchy and dear to my heart. I'm not responsible for the music in the background. Alicia Keys is, or the copyright to this music. Alicia Keys is. Yes. How you folks doing? I'm Jay Works. Y'all know this is Street Savvy, the podcast. We got some great talk today. I got a nice, real nice show for you guys tonight. You know, it's something I really want to pass. I really want you guys to really take on this topic, and we're going to get right to it. We're going to get right to it, man. The topic is very touching to me. I seen something that Mike Tyson was asked years ago about Cus D'Amato. Right? Cus D'Amato, which was his trainer. The man taught Mike everything he know about boxing. And they asked him in the interview, they said, Cus, you know, what's the greatest thing you want Mike to do? He said, I just want Mike to be the best of all times, be the greatest. And he said, I'm gonna tell you one thing he don't know, and I'm gonna tell him now that reason for him I'm living. The reason for I'm being here is because of Mike. That's what Cus D'Amato said. And Mike was standing there staring at this teenager of a boxing champion, of a tiger, and it touched him. So I drafted this subject to say, folks, if you had a chance to send someone an email or a letter that has passed away, what would you say? What would you say? What would you say, folks, if you had a chance to send someone an email that has passed away? And what would you say to them? What would be the first thing come to mind? One word, 2 words, you name it. Let's go, folks. You know, it's always something in heart that, you know, you will want to tell someone that you love, you know, that you miss them. And it hurts. I believe in that sentiment is sometimes tell a person now, today, you know, while they living, give them their flowers, tell them what you love them. I have lost 2 sisters in my life. And I lost a lot of folks, uncles, aunts, best friends, people who, you know, I loved and took care of me. Stepmother was very gracious to me. Helped my dad raise me and mold me, as well as my 2 sisters. And to both of my sisters, if I had a chance to send an email, my older sister, my younger sister. My younger sister's Aisha Stackhouse. Very great and courageous. Didn't see her life. She was murdered at the age of 21. And she had 2 kids that she survived by. And what I would say to you, Aisha, is I miss you. And I hope you're doing better than you were on earth. I'm not challenging God's words or God's sight to put you in a better place and bring you more close to Him, but I miss you. I don't even know where to begin to have a life with you because you was taken away so soon. Um, but I love you, my sister, dearly. And this email will be more than life if I can send it to you, and if you can read it. As far as my older sister, Takesha Lynette Works, I couldn't fathom her getting on this computer or a laptop, sending my sister an email. Because there'd be so much I have to say in the email. I watched you suffer for several years with cancer. We prayed together. We talked. We shared things together. You made me promise you things that I would fulfill for you, especially for your kids, that I provide, that I would die and go to hell for your kids. And in these years that's passing since you've been gone, your baby brother's been suffering. But you've been gone, and I got stronger. But at certain days, you keep me going because leaving these kids is something that I couldn't imagine. Leaving my siblings is something I couldn't fiber. And it's days, it's times that your baby brother want to walk away from all this. Strictly walk away. Um, you know, but I was raised to never walk away from a challenge. Um, you showed me that in so many ways, just to be strong. And without my big sister on this earth, times have got hard. But you see, your little brother has made it. It's been almost 16 years. Um, and in this email, I just want to say I miss you and how I'm doing. Are you happy for me? Because I'm happy for you. And I miss you. That's what I was saying in the email to my older sister. Folks, people, animal, places, and things do drift away from us at certain points in our life. And I can't help but think of the good times I had with my sisters who's not here, and friends and family and uncles and aunts, especially my grandmothers. But my sisters was dear to my heart because as children we suffered so much pain. Um, you grow on just being a protector. You learn on being a protector with no book, with no handbook, with no teaching, with no guidance. You just learn to protect yours. older, younger, faster, smarter. You go to protect your siblings. Um, I love all of my siblings. I love all my children. And I lost a special person to me besides from my sisters and my grandparents and aunts and uncles. Her name was Brianna. Um, as far as I presumed, I was her dad. She got killed in a car crash in 2021, and have never met her physically. I had moved from Boston, but I was much in knowledge that I was her dad from her mom. I knew of her since she was born. I was there when she was born. She stayed around my family for several months till I moved away from Boston. And 17 years later, 19 years later, she called me. We talked. We had a dialogue. She actually wasn't her father. And I told her as far as I know it, but I never got anything on paperwork, and if she want to start a dialogue or a relationship with me, no problem. I would gladly take that role, be there for her where I could. She called me several weeks later. She wanted to get in depth of who I was and what do I bring to the table. And I told her, I said, honey, I've been raising kids for a long time. I says, this is something I know how to do. And it just didn't sit right with her that I guess I didn't jump off the porch quick enough to come justify that I'm her dad. And I told those procedures. I told her I was married. I'm in a family over here, just like her mom. Just like her mom's married and things of that nature. The young girl didn't want to hear that. She didn't want to hear that. And just like any other kid, they don't want to hear things like that. They want to hear, yo, who's my parent, who's not, and that's it. You know, and I couldn't move fast enough. She told me don't call, don't text. She'll figure it out on her own. And months later, she got murdered. And it sticks to me, folks, because um, the text message that us having a dialogue in the last words was so powerful to me. I wish I could have been there. And me not knowing this young lady, that made me want to find other kids that was presumably to be mine as well. Um, Javon Davis, um, young fella in Boston. His mother was Jessica Davis. Haven't seen her about 20 years. Haven't seen him about 20 years. Um, I just did some soul searching after I lost Brianna. And because it hurts to not tell somebody you love them or you knowledge of them and they leave this world. And I was determined not to have that happen to me if a child that's mine. Um, and put all the blame on my shoulder. But I haven't found my son. I haven't found him yet. Hope he's well, living healthy. Hope he's doing better than me. Folks, it's hard when you lose a loved one of any nature. You know, my sister Aisha got killed here in Syracuse. My older sister died of cancer in my arms. I was a healthcare proxy. So I lost two sisters 4 years apart. And if I had a chance to even write or email either one of them sisters, I don't think no laptop or computer can hold the words I have for my sisters today or any other day. Both of my sisters left 2 kids behind, a boy and a girl. And I vaguely see either or my nieces and nephews, but I know how to reach them. They all doing well. Only one has kids, which is my sister. My younger sister has kids, and she's doing her best. But my older sister's daughter, my niece, Shantira, she don't have no kids. She's a workaholic. You know, but I would tell my sisters in the email. I think I'll write to them all night. Because when you lose someone who's close to you, there's no words. If no one don't know, they can't tell you. I'm deeply still crushed. Haven't got over neither one of my sister's death. As far as broken heart. Mentally, yes. I know God got him, but my heart is broken. My older sister, we was real close. We raised our kids together. We was 30 years together, me and my older sister. And 16 years is gone. And Aisha's 20 years. I still haven't healed yet. And I don't challenge God for anything that he ever done. I just wish it woulda, coulda, and write the imaginary emails and letters in my head to my sisters and tell them I love them, I miss them. And I hope they're doing better than me on this earth. And folks, I tell you, as I sit here, don't ever wait till the next day, the next hour, the next month. If you got a loved one and they still on this earth, a sister or brother, a cousin or uncle or aunt, a mother or father, especially your children, you tell them you love them. Because you never know when God's going to make that phone call, when God's going to make that appointment. Because let me tell you, folks, one thing I do know here, when God make that appointment for you, you can't call in. You ain't calling me, telling me I won't be there today, and you go in the club. You ain't calling work, telling work you ain't going to come in. You ain't doing that to God. You're going to go out here on time. Timely fashion. And we're going to dress you. You're going to look good when you go. It's the same for me. I want to leave all my excuses down here. And all I'm trying to do today is repent from a lot of things I done in my life. A lot of things. And I'm not but good. I tell you, losing my sisters, one to cancer, one to a violent death, opened my eyes to a different platform, a different stratosphere. I tried to stay healthy as much as I could. I tried putting right things in this great body. I tried listening to my children more than anything in this world. I'm more apologetic in listening to them. Because sometimes as adults, we don't listen. Or we don't seem to pay attention. But we hear them. If I can just hold my 2 sisters, just one more time. And I promise I won't let him go. I promise. I won't let neither one of my sisters go. Because I miss them dearly. This music you're in the background was Alicia Keys' music. And I'm not responsible for the copyright in the music, but the day my older sister died in my arms in a nursing home, I was playing this because I was videotaping my sister. And she took her last breath when I was listening to this video. And every time I see Alicia Keys singing anything, I go back to this video, and this video was so powerful to me. My sister died 2 a.m., February 2nd, 2008. If you see the video, the timing was just so crazy. You know, and I just never forget it. I just never forget it. So, folks, I'm ending this segment by saying, if you got a brother or sister that you have lost in passing, send them that imaginary email tonight. Don't wait. Let them know how much you miss them. How many days you think they're still here? Or how you feel like they're watching over you. Just let them know their love is not going in vain. They're still in your heart and spirit and soul. Let them know that in that email. That personal email. America, I miss my sisters dearly. Because in some cases, that's all we had is us. My mom struggled with me and my sisters. She struggled to the fact that she gave custody of my dad, me and my sister, my older sister, in the early 80s. As she dealt with things she was dealing with here in Syracuse in the streets, we was growing in Boston. We was being better people, all for the better. I learned a lot from my dad teaching me and my stepmom. And I ended up having my kids there in Boston, having family, learning growth, learning generational wealth, learning family's all you got. And then to have both of my sisters go home to God and 4 years apart. That's something I still struggle with today. I was just crying earlier where I was at. And because to think of just seeing my two sisters again, to seeing their faces, just to get their approval or not. I miss them a lot. Folks, just make sure you tell your loved ones you love them before anything happens. Before the breakup, before I don't speak to you, before you don't speak to me, let your loved ones. America, my name is Jay Works, and this is Street Savvy, the podcast. Make sure you give your family and your friends their flowers before you can't even tell them that in person. I love you, America. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.